Hello everyone, myself Sree Deeksha representing our team G988, and today I'll present our milestone 1 project progress. So our project is titled Human Label Sound Event Recognition using the FSD50K dataset. So this project is inspired by the research work on the dataset FSD50K, which is widely used in the field of sound event recognition. So the main aim of our project is to create our own audio dataset and analyze how it performs compared to an existing dataset. So in this presentation, I'll briefly explain the concept of sound event recognition, discuss the dataset used in the research paper, describe how we are creating our own dataset, and the present progress we have achieved so far. So now coming to the introduction to the sound event recognition. Generally, what is a sound event recognition? So, it is a process where a computer analyzes the audio signal and automatically identifies a type of sound present in it. So, this technology combines audio signal processing and machine learning techniques to classify different sound events. For example, a system can detect sounds such as speech, animal sound, rain, traffic, noise, or any other environmental sounds. So, coming to the sound recognition system, these are also having many real world applications such as smart homes, surveillance systems, healthcare monitoring, and environmental sound analysis. However, to work this, we require large and properly labeled audio datasets to train accurate models. So now, what is a research paper overview? So the research paper we studied introduces the large dataset that is FSD50K. So these datasets contains more than 50,000 labeled audio recordings collected from the collaborator sound platform that is FreeSound. Each audio clip is a dataset is carefully annotated with the sound labels representing different sound categories. These datasets covers a wide range of sounds including human sounds, animal sounds, environment noise, and mechanical sounds. Because of its size and diversity, the dataset is widely used by the researchers to train and evaluate sound event recognition models. So coming to the problem statement of our project, although datasets like FSD50K are very useful, there are still pre-collected datasets. So real-world environments often contains different recording conditions, multiple speakers, background noise, noisy environment, silent environment, and everything. Because of these, it is important to understand how a newly created dataset performs when comparing to an existing benchmark dataset that is FHD50K. So, our main project focuses on creating a custom dataset using real recordings collected by our team and later comparing its performance with the dataset. So these comparison will help us analyze whether a small custom dataset can still provide a reliable results for sound recognition tasks. So now coming to the project objectives. So the main objectives of our project are structured into several stages. So first stage is we aim to create a custom dataset by recording audio samples by ourselves. And the next, these recordings will include human speech from different number of speakers, from single to multiple speakers. Next, we'll collect recordings under different environmental conditions, including both silent and noisy, for real-world conditions. After collecting the data, we'll process the recording and use them to train a sound recognition model. Finally, the result obtained from our dataset will be compared with the result from the FSD50K dataset to evaluate its performance. Now, coming to the dataset creation process, uh, for our dataset creation process, we designed a simple but structured approach. Initially, we recorded human voices, samples from our team members and our volunteers. So these recordings are first performed in a calm and silent environment to ensure that the audio signals are clear and free from the background noise. We also record speech sample with different number of speakers, starting from single speaker and gradually increasing to the multiple speakers. All recordings are carefully stored and organized so that they can later be used for data set preparation or model training. So these steps are the formation for our custom data set. So now coming to the architecture of our data set. So these slides mainly focuses on the overall workflow of our project. This process starts with an audio recording where we collect voice samples and other sounds. Next, the recordings are organized during the dataset preparation stage where the audio files are labeled and structured. After that, we perform feature extraction where the raw audio signals are converted into useful representation that machine learning models can process. These features are then used to train a machine learning model for sound classification. Finally, the trained model identifies the sound event present in the audio recordings. So the performance of this model will be then evaluated and compared with the results from the FSDK50 dataset. So now coming to the project progress and implementation. During this milestone phase, we have completed several important tasks. At first, we studied and analyzed the paper describing the FSD50K dataset. Next, we planned the dataset creation strategy for our project. We also started recording initial human voice samples in silent environments. So these recordings have been stored and organized for future uh, processing or further any more processing. So these marks at the beginning of our dataset developing and implementation phase. And next, coming to the next steps or the planned enhancement. In the next stages of our project, we'll continue expanding the data sets where we record the samples in the noisy environment, which makes the dataset more realistic. So we also collect animal sounds, natures, and other environment audio recordings. After completing data collection, we'll perform audio feature extractions and model training. Finally, we'll evaluate the model performance and compare the results with the FSD 50K dataset. So, uh, at conclusion, to conclude this project, focus on developing a custom dataset for sound event recognition. As far we know that many projects depends or works on already existing dataset, but in our project, our main like goal is to create a dataset and compare it with the already existing dataset, that is the FSD 50K that we have been concluded. In the upcoming phases, we'll expand the dataset and train machine learning models for sound classification. So the final objective is to analyze how a custom dataset performs compared to an established dataset that is FSDK 50K. And thank you.